Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again on the narrow path. I hope you're enjoying what I'm sharing, and yeah, I just wanted to make a note, I guess, because I've been kind of throwing people under the bus a bit, which really, if I was being brutally honest, I wouldn't only throw them under there, but I'd probably drive over it a few times too, so I am trying to hold back, but I do want to at the same time state that, you know, people change too over time, you know, like as some of them have, and I'll share that when it's appropriate, you know, but really I'm about to dive head first under the bus myself and reverse over it a few times too, you know. So it is what it is, you know. If you're embarrassed, ashamed or hurt, which I find it hard too, just even thinking about the stuff I've done and been through, it is what it is, you know. You got to move forward, and I'm not trying to blame, you know, well, you know, when you're a kid, you know, and I use myself as an example, you know, like I've traumatised my kids, you know, and thank God they've had balanced people in their life to help them get through, and I guess for myself to sort my stuff out, you know, to pull my digit out and sort things out to be a better example, you know. You can't just tell kids what to do and then behave totally different. Life doesn't go like that. You act a certain way, your kids are going to emulate what they say. Simple as that. I was just thinking, I remember when I said that story that I got in a fight, I was about 10 and I got in a fight with this guy, he's like 18. And I said, like, the crowd was like 300, you know. I was at the footy the other day and I was kind of sizing up the crowd. I'm guessing it was more like 150, so I am a kind of double or nothing sort of bloke, so I just wanted to clarify that. And also, I remember his mum too, she was missing a couple digits as well, so, because I hadn't seen him for ages after that incident. It was a little while, so, and then they just moved out, they were gone. I think I seen them once or twice, and I just noticed they both had fingers missing, so that's why I said, oh yeah, I wonder if the Asian boys got to them, you know. But anyway, they weren't too impressed by what happened. And I was around 11, because I was in grade 6 when my second stepdad came in on the scene. I guess it was a difficult transition, you know. I was a year younger than my mates. He's coming in trying to instill rules and tell me to act like this, act like that, and I just seen him as, you know, he wasn't working, nothing. He's like a drunk, really, you know. At the start, anyway, things did change for him and my mum later on, you know, but by that time I was off with the races, you know, like full steam ahead. So now we're sort of hitting high school and you've got a different influence, you know, everyone's trying to be cool and everyone's finding, I guess, their purpose or who they are. And, you know, a big scene was the grunge scene, hip hop scene was in it as well. So me and my friends were kind of a mixed bag of sometimes wearing, you know, the baggy jeans, cross colours and all that sort of stuff. And then full on grunge, you know, Doc Martens and, yeah, jeans. So it just depended, I guess, what we were doing. But overall, you know, we were just out there having fun and running them up. I used to get picked on a lot though, for being a wog. I think that caused half the problems. You know, like, my mum should be making me sandwiches with, you know, salami, lettuce, cheese, onion, tomato, full-on wog sangers, you know, and they're all getting fairy bread and Vegemite, you know. Didn't even know what it was, never seen in my life. Getting those, what do you call it, Cocoa Pops in the cupcake things, you know. Used to swap my food for those, I used to like that. But yeah, I didn't take too kindly when people called me wog, or if they said like I was, you know, a poofda or something like that, like, yeah, I'd just snap and turn straight away. Wasn't used to it, you know. And I guess my stepdad, he used to pick on me when I was, my first stepdad, Ray, he used to call me a poofda and that when I tried to show affection or whatever to my mum. So, you know, I'm like, no, I'm not a poofda, you know, and turn. So my mates knew that, and they'll do that to get a rise out of me. And I did punch on with a couple of my mates over it too, and over stupid things. It is what it is. So yeah, kind of hitting 13, started drinking, 13 to 14, I guess year 9, year 10, I started stealing, started smoking cigarettes basically full time, drinking on the weekends, going out to parties. We used to go to the pubs. I'd drive my mates back home, getting in the fights, just running amok. And some of my mates, they could see I was a good fighter, you know. I'm like 14 punching on with adults in the pub. So it'd be like, I'd be inside and they'd be causing trouble, and then I'd run, come grab me. Oh, we're in a fight. I'd be going out fighting. And they're basically just watching, you know, like good mates they are. Just leave you stitched up. They just wanted some entertainment, you know. Yeah, but I learned that the hard way. I guess it took a while, because I was kind of always loyal, always stuck fat. I never give anyone up, I guess, because I felt like at home, I don't know, things were just a mess. So I felt connected to my friends in the way of drinking, smoking dope and doing stupid things. But then after a while, I guess my idea, you know, friendship, families, being loyal and thinking of others, in my core I believe that. But everyone's really just out for themselves, you know. Like, is what it is. So I started, drinking, smoking. There was more drinking at the start, every weekend. Oh no, actually, every night I was smoking dope. Used to go to one of my neighbour's house. He had a caravan out back, and was smoking dope every day. And I ended up getting expelled from high school in year 10. I must have been suspended 6-7 times, got expelled. Left high school, went to another high school. All I did was smoke cones down there. Got into skating and stuff, so used to hang around Knox Bowl all the time, smoking dope down there, and it just seemed to be the hangout where we used to all, a bunch of us used to catch up, just go there, smoke dope, and ride our skateboards, you know. And then go to Knox and steal stuff and get in the fights, and it's just how it was, you know. And I ended up getting sick of the drama at my mum's house. You know, it was always me and my stepdad getting in arguments and fighting, you know. Not that he'd punch me, more throw me around, grab me by the neck, throw me around, you know. Against the wall, against the microwave, rah, rah, rah. One day he's put me on the ground and he's choking me by the neck, and I've punted him straight in his nuts, and it's dropped him, and he didn't put a hand on me again after that. But I ended up moving out not long after that. My mum, you know, she's always standing in between us, but towards the end, she sort of started turning on me too, like, I'm the problem, you're the problem, you're the problem. That's all I ever heard. For how many years, all I heard, I was the problem, you know. Which is pretty tough, I guess, for a kid. So yeah, I ended up moving to my sister's, you know, when I was, I don't know, just before I was 15. So I left school when I was 14. I started work for a couple of months, cabinet making, left that, went to Etheridge Ford. I was barely there a few weeks, and then just one day it just popped in my head, I'm going to ask my sister to move in there. So I rang her up. She's like, yeah, no worries, you can come down. I went and told my mum, like, I'm going to move with Carol. And then that's it. I was gone. And yeah, that really turned things around. I found a whole new nirvana after that. Anyway, we'll get to that. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your vote of confidence, and I'll be around.